Hello and welcome to my channel Next to the World. Today I'm gonna show you the technique I used to pass my CAPM exam on the first try. So I made a Word document for you here, and this technique that I use is for someone who's busy, like someone who is working 40 hours a week, working full time, or you have other commitments that you don't have that much time like a typical student would. So let's assume you're working 40 hours a week. You can use this technique and you're gonna be able to pass your exam on the first try. So now, because this is a project management certification, I'm gonna approach it like an actual project. So if you go to the PMI website, which is pmi.org, you can come down here to certifications, and I want you to go click on CAPM, the Certified Associate in Project Management. And here you can see they have a couple of announcements, like the exam is now online because of the COVID situation. But so you have an option of doing the exam in a test center, or you can do it online. Let me just clarify that this is for this. I'm recording in the US, so I don't know how other countries it works, if whether you have that option to do it online or you have to go in person, or how much it is. So for the whole video, just assume you are working with someone living in the United States. So let's scroll down here, and there are a couple of things that I want you to download first of all if you're gonna start this CAPM journey. And if you go on the downloads here, you can click on the exam content. This is gonna bring you a PDF which basically shows you how the exam is outlined, how it works, like chapter by chapter. If you scroll down, you see like the outline, like it's only 6% introduction, it's only 6%, and then you have 7%. By the way, all these are on the textbook. So the exam itself is 13 chapters. It's 13 chapters that are weighted. They are weighed percentage-wise in the exam. So the whole course is basically 23 hours, the whole study course. You can choose to do it in different ways. You can choose to either do the course using the PMI website. They have a course, which is what I want you to see today. So like right here, it shows you the course. So if you click on this project management basics, this is an online course that the PMI website offers. And according to me, I figured it is best to do the exam based on the people who actually set the exam, because they're the ones who set it. It's better if I just take the classes from them, because they're the ones who do the exam, who set the exam. So I would just prefer to do with people who said it. So first things first, I'm gonna go to this rough. It's a rough Word document that I created for you of what I did. So as you can see, CAPM exam, obviously. I set a target for 3 months. I don't like to study forever. So I wanted to go from knowing nothing to having my certification in exactly 3 months. And I was able to do that. So I said this because I was working full time, 40 hours a week. So I decided, you know what, I have to do all these things with the little time that I have after work. You get home tired, and you know, all the usual stuff. So assume that if you're a student, you have free time. It's gonna take you a shorter time, obviously. It can also take you a shorter time if you have obligations, but This one is a more like almost guaranteed way of doing it and having your exam, doing it on once and once only, because I don't like to repeat stuff. So basically, to go from zero to knowing having a certification, it cost me roughly $550 at that time. This is the latest. Right now, this 569 is what it cost at the time of recording. That is if you have PMI membership. That's a membership that you get on the website of the project management PMI. And I break down this 569 basically. If you want to pay for membership, you don't have to, but it costs $129. The exam fee, if you're a PMI member, it's only $350. If you are a non-member, it's gonna cost you just $400. And the books that I used is gonna cost roughly $90. And there's a free mobile app that I also used. So I needed three things really to pass my exam, to go from knowing nothing to passing my exam. So the first one, let me show you first of all where I got the cost, because I like to back it up with facts. So now when you look on the online course, this is the official online course for the PMI. There are other ways of getting the 23 hours recommended for sorry, excuse me. You need 23 hours educational hours to get the certification before you can sit for the exam. So these 23 hours, you can get them. Either you can choose to go pay for lectures. There are some places that divide it into like a weekend. I've seen online they do it like 12 hours on a Saturday and then the rest on Sunday, and then you're done with it 2 days, you're ready to sit for exam. Or you can choose to do it this way. You do it your own way. So as you can see, this is where I got the price. $400. If you're not a member, you don't have to pay membership. I would advise you to pay membership because you get a lot of benefits with the membership. One major benefit that I found is they give you the actual textbook, and you don't have to buy that textbook now, because when you try to buy the textbook on Amazon, it's gonna be grayed out. You can barely read it. Even if you read the Amazon reviews of people who bought the PMI textbook for CAPM, you cannot read it. It's grayed out. They have like this copyright thing. They don't want people to copy it. So with this membership, you get the textbook in online version that you can read, obviously. So I prefer you do this. You get textbook and you get the lesson plan, which covers the 23 hours. And then on top of that, you also have an exam. They have like a mock exam, which is like the actual exam. I think it takes like 3 hours roughly. Okay, so let me show you the book that I used. Aside from using this using this online course and their textbook and everything, I went on Amazon. You can go on Amazon, type on CAPM Exam Prep, and the book that I used was this one. It's by Rita. I'm not gonna pronounce the last name because I don't want to butcher it, but the book is this one. It's a fantastic book. It's great. On my Word document, I put it as $90 because that's what it normally costs roughly. You see, like on the list price it's $90, but because there's a deal Right now it's $31 off, so it's only like 57. But the deal is not gonna be there forever. Let's just put it on the worst case. It's gonna cost you $90, which is where the math comes from. The book is $90. I had a mobile app that I used. The mobile app that I used, I'm an Android guy. I'm very old school Android. I don't know anything about iPhones and all those things. So, Android, Google Play, I'm pretty sure is also on Apple products. You can get this app. It's called CAPM Pocket Prep. This this one is a great app for preparing for the exam. I would recommend you hold on before you use this app until you finished the whole course. Yeah, so this one it covers like the 23 hours also. The whole CAPM thing. You're gonna see this 23 hours many times because that's the amount of hours you need to train to get certification. So this app is basically it gives you questions like random questions from exam. So I would advise you to hold on until you have done the whole course before you start using this app, because if you start doing questions, you're really gonna be studying for the exam but not knowing the actual procedure, like the actual thing. Really, you should know that you should have a strong foundation, because that's what the whole exam is about. If you study just for the exam, memorizing it like a robot, you're gonna have problems on exam day. So it's better you know the actual concepts. So this one comes in last, so this one can hold on. This one is gonna be second. The first one is gonna be this online course. Okay, so since it's a project management, I made it into a project, and as you can see with my typing, I put in target 3 months. If you're a full-time worker, you can start it anytime. You can start the clock at any time. Total budget, as I said, this is with membership, and that's $129 for the PMI membership. With the PMI membership, you get a $50 discount for the actual exam, $350. The books, $90. I already shown you that. Mobile app, that's free. That's one you're gonna use last. And so if you add all these with membership, it's $569. Without membership, if you feel like maybe you're gonna do it without membership, I would advise you still to get that book from Amazon. It's an amazing book. It's gonna help you a lot. So without membership, you have to pay the exam fee, and the exam fee are kind of expensive, $400. There's no escaping that fee. There's no escaping that fee. If you're a non-member, $400. Now I just added $90 for the book. So the rest you can really just use the book, read it like a Bible or Quran or whatever you use, and the total for you to sit the exam from knowing nothing as a non-member is gonna be $490. I would advise this. It's a great deal because you get membership, and with that you can even try to join local chapters depending on your location. If you're in America, you can join local chapters with zip code, and the very great thing is they have like their own job board. So if you're looking for jobs after you pass the exam, you can look on the PMI website, and that's only accessible if you have membership. So for now, let's stick with membership, please. It's kind of good. Okay, so now I have a timeline here that I made. You've already seen this. So on this timeline, there are some downloads that I clicked on before. This one was for the exam. It was showing you percentage wise. Now let's go back real quick. I need you to also download the CAPM handbook. The CAPM handbook, you're gonna get it. It's right here on the CAPM. All the information on CAPM, you're gonna find the CAPM handbook. And this is very important because if you scroll down, I wrote this down. If you scroll down to page 8, roughly, wait, that's page 9. If you scroll down to page 8, it's gonna show you the CAPM eligibility. So you don't know CAPM, you don't know how to get it. These are the eligibility. First of all, you need a high school diploma, secondary diploma. You can call it high school certificate. It doesn't matter what part of the world you come from. If you come from part of the world like me, if I come from Africa, you're gonna call it a high school certificate, and that's what you need. And on top of that, you need the 23 hours of formal education. So high school certificate, high school diploma, high school, whatever you want to call it in the part of your world, that's the minimum you need before you start this journey. So let's assume you are being sponsored by your company. That means most likely you already have a high school certificate. They might cover the cost, like the cost of this exam and everything, and you'll be doing it for free. So all you'll need is just a book, which is free. Another option is also you can go on these sites. They are normally sites that offer training. I think like Coursera. If you go, I'm pretty sure you can find project management CAPM training on Coursera, or you can use Udemy. Yeah, Udemy, I'm pretty sure you can also find some courses there. But these, I like to stick to people who actually make the exam, so that I do it with the actual people who do it. All right, let's start to make this video a little short. Let's start with the timeline. So we agreed on the 3 months, right? You're working hard, you are tired, exhausted. You want to do it in 3 months to go from nothing to having a certification. So month one, I want you to dedicate that month on the Pmi Introduction. You know nothing. This is like now project management 101. You're like a baby. You still have to crawl before you can, start running marathons in Boston or New York or wherever. So now you're starting out. You need the introduction, and you're gonna get the introduction. The best way I got the introduction into project management was through the course. And with that, it's 13 chapters. The course, the PMI course, that's what I'm talking about. The PMI course is 13 chapters, and they have the exam. The exam is roughly 3 hours, I believe. So 13 chapters, and in this first month, I'm gonna break it down into 5 days a week, because you need, let's say the weekend, you want to hang out with the kids or whoever you hang out with in the weekend. So you want your weekends free, you want to study just 5 days in a week. For these 5 days in a week, make sure you study 2 hours every day. 2 hours every day. The whole thing is 13 chapters, 5 days a week. If let's assume you are covering a chapter a day, by the third week you would have finished the course, because that's 3 weeks is 15 days. If you're studying 5 days a week, that's 3 times 5, 15 days. You finish the 13 chapters. So 2 hours every day. Try to make it a point to study a chapter every day. Let's say week 1, chapter 1. Well, no. Okay. Week 1, the first day on Monday, week 1, chapter 1. Tuesday, chapter 2. Wednesday, chapter 3. Thursday, chapter 4. Friday, chapter 5. On the 6th day, you rest. You go to Six Flags. You go to wherever you want to go. You relax. On Sunday, you do your own thing also. You go enjoy life, eat some carnitas, tacos, or whatever you do. And then you come back on Monday. You're starting again. Chapter 6, that's the 6th day. Chapter 7, chapter 8. You get the point until you finish the course. Now, in this, so you're going to say it's only 13 chapters. You're going to be done by the 13th day. Well, not really, because we've set the time limit of 2 hours. Some chapters are longer than hours. You won't be able to cover them in like maybe 2 hours, let's say, based on the course. Because they go into the course, once you start it, it's going to be roughly 20 minutes. Like every course, like how they break it down. You're gonna see once you register on this. It's mostly like in 20 hours per 20 hours. 20 hours would be a lot. You would have been done by the course by then. Okay. It's gonna be 20-minute modules. So in these 20-minute modules, some chapters are longer than others. But I would advise you to do a chapter every day. Make sure you do it 2 hours every day. 2 hours. I don't know how you want to break it down in 1 hour now, 1 hour later. Depends on how you focus. But 2 hours every day. And then by week 3, you are done. So what do you do on week 4? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, week 4, you review 5 chapters. Why am I telling you review 5 chapters? You have to review the 5 chapters because those are the 5 chapters that have the highest percentage in the exam. And those chapters are chapter 4, 5, 6, 10, and 13. Those are the most heavily weighted chapters in the exam. How do I know this? They're all written here on this is the CAPM Bible that I had downloaded here. If you go to I wrote it down, it's page 16. You can see actually how the exam is weighed. Like the Pmi, that's the name of the book, of the textbook that you're gonna get free if you go with membership. Pmi is gonna be chapter 1 6%, this you see 9%. So obviously, just using logic, it's better for you to concentrate on this 10%, 9%, 9%, 9%, because those ones are the biggest percentage of questions on the exam. That's why I told you, once you've done a chapter a day for 3 weeks, you're done with the introduction, you're done with the course. Now go back, review these 5 chapters. Believe me, review these 5 chapters. They are the most biggest percentage. And now you are done with week 4. Week 4, designate one weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, to do the actual exam. Do this exam as if you are doing the actual exam. That means if there is a kid in the house or whatever, you lock them in the trunk of a car. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. If there's never lock a kid in the trunk of the car. Okay. Sidebar. You separate yourself from all noise, separate yourself from everything, and then you make sure you do this exam like you're doing the actual exam. It's roughly 3 hours. You get it when you sign up for this online course. When you sign up for this online course, and you get it, and it is timed. It is timed. So this one is gonna help you. Sorry about that. This one is gonna help you to see how much you've learned. You do the mock exam, 3 hours, you're gonna get your results immediately. It's gonna tell you whether you pass or fail. How do you know how the exam is? Well, I'm glad you asked. The exam itself is gonna be, let's scroll down on this Bible. It's gonna be roughly 135. Yep, this is what I'm looking for. The exam is 150 questions. That's the total exam, 150 questions, and they only score 135. They give you 15 questions. You won't know which questions these are, so do every question like that's the actual question, and it's out of 135. Then, so in that case, you have 150 questions, roughly 3 hours. Do the mock exam that you're gonna get with this. On the 4th week, designate one exam, do it 3 hours. It's gonna tell you how bad or how good you are. If you feel you're very good, you scored high, they rate the scoring like high and average, like, based on your knowledge. So if you score high in this exam, you can decide, you know what, I believe in myself, I can do this thing, and you go do it on the first month. I will not advise it unless you're super smart, but if you can decide to stop here and do the exam on the first month. But me, I was not so confident, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna add another month of study, and that's where Rita's Exam Prep comes in. Rita's Exam Prep, that's the book that we got on Amazon, CAPM Exam Prep. It's yellow. So it's yellow like the traffic light, you have to get ready to stop. So that's why I put it in the second place. So Rita's Exam Prep, it comes in here. It also has 13 chapters. You repeat the same thing that you did before, 5 days a week, 2 hours. Now you know what CAPM is, but now you want to use this other book. This book is amazing, believe me. So read it from the beginning. Read it like you don't know. Forget all this. Start reading it again like you're introducing yourself, like you know nothing. Don't skip chapters. They have their own technique. Read it 5 days a week, 2 hours. I know by now you're tired, like, oh my goodness, when will this end? Soon, my friend, soon. Read it 5 days a week, 2 hours every day. Once again, by week 3, you're gonna be done with the 13 chapters. It's 15 days. I put in 15 days once again because it's 13 chapters. By the 13th day you are done, but I've given you those 2 extra days because some chapters are bigger than others, and if you cover them 2 hours, you might not be able to finish, so they're gonna extend into the 2 days. Okay, but a chapter a day, 2 hours every day. You stopped at a chapter, make sure you stop. You read chapter, let's say chapter 7, you read it today, you stop there. Don't be like, okay, I'm gonna start chapter 8 now, I'm not gonna wait, I'm going full speed. No, stop, relax. Your brain needs to rest also. Okay, so chapter a day for 3 weeks, Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday you rest. Okay, Week 4, the same thing. Review chapters, the 5 chapters. I'm going to repeat that again. Review these 5 chapters because they are the biggest percentage in the exam. And those chapters, I've listed them. Chapter 4, Chapter 5, 6, 10, and 13. Designate one weekend. Okay? You already did the exam here. Maybe you bombed, you failed. You dropped a nuke on your plans, and you see like, oh man, I'm not gonna pass this. But by now you've used the PMI. If it did not work, let's say it did not work, now you're using Rita's exam prep. Okay, now this is the big league. Now you're using it, and now you're ready for round 2. This is the rematch. Okay, this is the pay-per-view boxing or MMA, UFC, whatever you watch. Now you go back, you're facing this exam again, okay? But now you have 2 months worth of knowledge. Once again, you throw everyone out if they're watching telenovela or whatever they're watching. Tell them to shut it off. You throw them outside your house. Tell them, okay, go get a sandwich, go get a whatever you want. You have your freedom. You bang on the neighbor's door. Tell them, please keep quiet. I'm doing something. Okay, don't maybe don't bang on the neighbor's door. Okay, we want peace and harmony. Okay, all right. So you have a quiet place. Not the horror movie. You have a quiet place to do your exam, right? Okay, so you go round 2, the rematch. You do it 3 hours. Now print your results after this second try. Print your results. Okay, and then now you're gonna see, maybe you went from a massive failure here in the first month, but now you're getting better. Now I want you to print the results and look at these results, because this is where you're gonna know your weak points, and those are the points you're gonna work on in month 3. Okay, now month 3, I've already shown you. Let's close this out. Month 3, now you're ready to bring in the app. Okay, I was not stressing you using this app in the beginning because you had no idea what CAPM is really. But now you have 2 months worth of education. Now you're gonna use this app a lot, and I want you to use this app every single day, month 3. Okay, let's back up. Month 2, you've already finished this. Now you can book the exam. Schedule the test. Okay, schedule the test. You can schedule the test, I don't know, on the 3rd week of month 3 or whenever you feel ready. Schedule the test. You are ready. Believe me, by now, after 2 months of studying, 5 days a week, 2 hours every day, you are ready to do the exam. Okay, all right. So now you schedule the exam. Month 2, month 3, you enter. Use the results that you got from this mock exam on the PMI. Okay, this mock exam, you do it on PMI. I know we were doing Rita's exam prep, but now you're doing it on the PMI, and now you go to use these PMI results, because you can download them and print them, and you look at the weak points, look at the weak chapters. And once again, percentage wise, I would advise you to come back to that exam outline, and you look to see which percentage chapters are covered a lot, and then you can decide to repeat them. But the main aim of this is to use the CAPM Pocket Prep app. Use it daily, because now we are now preparing for the exam. The app is good because it tells you the right answer. Even if you fail, it tells you the right answer. If you fail a question, it tells you the right answer. So here we're covering just weak point chapters, percentage wise of the chapters. If you want to go back to these same chapters 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, sounds like a prisoner's number. Or what's your prisoner number? It's 456 10 13. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, so now you get the point. Review the chapters percentage wise. It's probably gonna be these chapters again, and view the weak points that you got from printing the results of this mock exam. And then you've scheduled your exam. The day before the exam, you wake up, you run up the stairs like Rocky. You do no, I'm just joking. Okay, so the day of the exam, you are all ready to go. Make sure you get enough sleep. Okay, make sure you get enough sleep, and then you can go do the exam on a testing center. No, testing center. Not a testing center. This is not a COVID testing center thing. Okay. What I meant to say is you can do the exam on an exam center, okay? Or you can choose to do it online. And then exam day. It's good luck, smiley face. You're gonna nail this. If you want, I can let me know in the comments if you want me to upload this thing, this Microsoft Word thing. I can upload it for you guys if you want to use my technique. But this is almost guaranteed. 3 months. Total budget 569, and you do this exactly how I told you. First month, PMI course, you're using their textbooks and the course, 2 hours every day, 5 days a week. Week 3 you're done. Week 4 you review these chapters. And the one weekend you do a mock exam. Okay. Month 2, Rita's exam prep on Amazon here. You can get it. This is how it looks. You use it, same thing. There are a couple of others, but I would mostly recommend Rita's because they really nailed it. They really know what to do. And you use it, same thing that you did here with the PMI. You use it now on the Rita's exam, 13 chapters, 5 days a week, 2 hours every day. Week 3 you're done. Week 4 you review the 5 chapters. Believe me, you need to review those 5 chapters. And then you designate one weekend to do the mock exam. This is the remix now. This is the repeat. This is now a rematch of the first exam you did. Now you're doing it again, week 3. And then the month 3, you are doing the weak points that you get from the results of the exam. Weak points, you can do it even 1 week. And this month is you're gonna rely heavily on the pocket prep. Whenever you are at work or whatever, you just use. It's just a couple of questions. They're gonna pop up randomly every day, and you can also review a couple of questions there with the answers, and then you are ready to do the exam. And that's all I can say for today. Good luck on your exam. You're gonna ace it. It's easy. Well, it's not easy, but you're gonna ace it. Believe in yourself. And I am out. You can subscribe to my channel if you like stuff like this. And yep, next to the world, I'm out. Peace.